Is my screen visible now? Hello.
Nothing yet, ma'am. Not yet.
From my end, it is showing that your screen is sharing. I don't know why it is not visible to you.
Just 1 minute.
Is it not visible to anyone? Or only a single person is facing the problem?
No, it's not visible.
Okay.
Well, I think at least it's not visible to me,
Okay.
and other persons also can to speak.
Yes. Mr. Aditya, is it visible to you?
No, it's not visible to me.
How about
Okay. Let me check once again.
okay, now I think
No,
now it's
something is
coming up.
happening, but
Yeah.
yes, no, it's the
Yeah,
I
now
can
it's
see.
visible. Now it's visible.
No,
Yeah.
Now,
yes,
is it visible?
Yeah. Now
yes.
your screen is visible. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it is visible now.
Okay. I'll start
Yep.
from the beginning only. Okay. Okay. So the name of the course is Internet of Things. So in this course, we are going to talk about what exactly is Internet of Things. What are different technologies that are used for making the communication possible between different objects in case of Internet of Things. So first of all, we will discuss. Everyone, please keep your mic on mute. Yeah, thank you. So first of all, Internet of Things means internet technology is connecting devices, machines and tools to the internet by means of wireless technology. So basically there are different kinds of objects, machines, sensor, actuators. So these different kinds of objects are interacting with each other with the help of internet in case of internet of things. The other definition is the internet of things is the network of physical objects that contain embedded technology to communicate and sense or interact with the internal states or the external environment. So basically these objects can interact with their internal states as well as the external environment. Now the characteristics. So first is efficient, scalable and associated architecture. Second one is unambiguous naming and addressing. So basically it should not happen that the addresses which are provided to these devices should not be ambiguous. So each device should have an ambiguous name or address with the help of which the communication between two objects or two devices can take place. Third one is abundance of sleeping nodes, mobile or non IP devices. So basically sleeping nodes are those nodes which are actually not doing any particular kind of work at a particular instant of time, but whenever we require those devices, they become active. So in case of internet of things there are various sleeping nodes, and whenever we need those devices, those sensors, they become active and start interacting with the environment. Next one is intermittent connectivity. So the connectivity in case of internet of things is not
Excuse
like
me,
that
ma'am.
it is permanent. Yeah, anyone is saying
Are
something?
you sharing some presentation?
Yeah, is it not visible again?
Actually, your screen is visible, but the meet part is visible, not the presentation.
uh, can you please repeat what is visible to you?
It is the screen. What we all can see. We are seeing your screen, but I think you have not presented the presentation.
No, I am sharing my entire screen. Wait.
Are you having a PowerPoint presentation going on?
Yeah.
No, but that's not visible to any one of us.
Okay, wait.
So So I think you need
Dashboard of
to
Google
check.
Meet is visible to all.
Wait.
Hmm. You go to presentation.
Yeah, that I have done. It is again
Now, even that is missing.
okay.
Just try sharing the entire screen while presenting.
Yeah, it is showing that
Yes.
there is some error. An error has occurred
Or
when
select,
screen sharing. I don't know why it is coming like this.
or try selecting the presentation tab which you want to share, the window.
Yeah, no, same. Or what I can do is I can share the slides with you. You can open those and I wait.
That too will be okay, but how will you share that now?
In the chat box, I'll share the link with you.
Yeah, that will work.
Mm, please try to access this. Let me know if you are not able to access the PDF. Okay.
It is requesting for the access actually. So
I
it
have
means that you need to provide an individual access for each and every email. Rather, you can change the settings
yeah,
like.
that I have done. To everyone I have done.
Mhm. Just a moment.
But access is denied right now.
It is asking
Yeah,
for
now
the
it's
access.
okay. Now got it. Now got it.
Okay. So everyone please open this slides at page number 3. Slide number 3.
Okay.
Characteristics. Okay,
Yeah,
so
got it.
yeah, so we were discussing about the characteristics. So basically your internet of things should be efficient, scalable, and the architecture should be associated. Each and every object should be associated with other objects. So basically this object should be able to interact with each other. Second characteristic is unambiguous naming and addressing. So these objects should have unique name, and the names should be unambiguous. So if the names or addresses are ambiguous, then then it is difficult to make communication possible between these devices. So it should be unambiguous. Third one is abundance of sleeping nodes. Mobile and non IP devices should be there. And fourth one is intermittent connectivity. Now the applications. So there are various kinds of applications. For example, you can use internet of things in smart parking. So in case of smart parking, various sensors can be deployed in your parking area, and with the help of those sensors you can assist driver that where is which parking lot is empty, how the driver should move his car to get into the parking lot. So there are various kinds of applications of IoT. Second one is structural health, noise urban maps you can do with the help of IoT, smartphone detection, then traffic congestion, smart lighting, waste management, smart roads, supply chain control, and various others also. So you can go through these one by one. Basically, the aim of these sessions are to provide you various questions which were discussed in the previous run of this course. I'm just giving you brief summary. Then next one is IoT enablers. So there are various enablers. Here are some. First one is RFID, then nanotechnology, sensors, smart networks. So with the help of these technology, your IoT or various devices can interact with each other. Next one is IoT versus M2M. Now, what is the difference between machine to machine communication and IoT? Can anyone please tell? Or have you gone through the videos of first week? Anyone? Or you haven't started yet?
Yes, all videos done.
All
An assignment also.
Okay, assignment also done. Okay, so anyone, the difference between M2M and IoT?
In M2M, only the machines will be communicating. There will be no human factor as such.
Yeah.
In IoT, human factor will also be included along with that.
Right. So basically, which is the subset of which? IoT is the subset of M2M or M2M is the subset of IoT?
No, M2M is a subset of IoT. IoT is a bigger umbrella.
Yeah, right. You can say that M2M is a subset of IoT, because in case of IoT, machines can interact with each other, but apart from machines, humans can also interact with machines. Others objects can also interact with machines. So, but in case of M2M, only the machines can interact with each other. Then there are three different configuration IoT network configuration. First one is IoT LAN, second one is IoT WAN, and third one is IoT proxy. So in case of IoT LAN, only the nearby devices, only the nearby IoT devices can interact with each other. So there is only single network. So that is called IoT LAN. In case of IoT WAN, different IoT LANs can interact with each other with the help of gateway device. So here there is one IoT LAN network. This is the second IoT LAN network. These two networks are interconnected to each other and communicating with each other with the help of gateway device. And this complete network is forming IoT WAN. Now third one is IoT proxy. So in case of IoT proxy, this IoT LAN network can interact with the outside network with the help of proxy device. That is the gateway here. Now sensing. So in case of IoT network, there are various sensors deployed, and the objective of those sensors is to wait. I have to record also due to, is it recording? Yeah. So this sensor detects the changes in the ambient condition or in the state of another device or system and forward the same data which is sensed by it to and process this information in a certain manner. Then they perform some input function by sensing or feeling the physical changes in the characteristic of a system in response to a stimuli. For example, heat is converted to electrical signal in a temperature sensor, or atmospheric pressure is converted to electric signal in a barometer. So in case of sensing, various kind of sensors are deployed, and these sensor first fetches the data from the environment and convert the data which is fetched into the electric signal and further pass it to the other device for performing some analytics. Then transducing. Now transducer converts or transduce energy of one kind into another. For example, in sound system, a microphone converts sound waves into electrical signal for an amplifier to amplify, and a loudspeaker converts these electrical signals back to sound waves. So basically the word transducer is the collective term which is used for both sensors as well as actuators. Now these pictures are different kinds of sensors. So first one is pressure sensor, second one is ultrasonic distance sensor, third one is analog temperature sensor, then infrared motion sensor, then camera sensor. So in your exam you can get a question like you will be given with a picture and you have to identify that which kind of sensor is this. So you should know that which picture is belongs to which sensor. Then the classes of sensors. So here the classification is done on the first one is done on the basis of output, and second one is done on the basis of data type. So on the basis of output, sensors are classified into analog and digital. However, based on data type, the sensors are classified into scalar as well as vector. Now the analog sensors. So analog sensors are the sensors which produce output in the form of analog signals. So basically here the quantity which is measured is in the form of analog signal. Continuous signal is there. It's not like discrete values are not there. The quantities which are measured should be in the form of analog signal. Then the physical quantities such as temperature, speed, pressure, displacement, strain are all analog quantities, as they can tend to continuous in nature. For example, the temperature of a liquid can be measured using thermometer or thermocouple, which continuously respond to temperature changes as the liquid is heated up or cooled down. The next one is digital sensor. So the digital sensor are those sensors which are producing output in the form of discrete digital output signal. So it can be either 1 or 0. So digital sensor basically produce output in the form of 0, 1, on, off. So digital signal only produce discrete values which may be output as a single bit, or by combining these bits to produce single byte output. Now based on data types, the first one is scalar sensor. So scalar sensor are those sensors which produce output. You people are changing your slides, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we are doing it.
Okay. So we are at scalar sensor. So scalar sensor produce output signal or voltage which is generally proportional to the magnitude of quantity which is being measured. So basically, if you are measuring only the quantity, not direction, then those are scalar sensor. So physical quantities such as temperature, color, pressure, strain, where there is no association with any kind of direction, then you can use scalar sensor there. However, if there is some direction involved with the magnitude of something, then vector sensors are used. So vector sensor produce output signal or voltage which is generally proportional to the magnitude, direction, as well as the orientation of the quantity which is being measured. So for example, quantities such as sound, image, velocity, acceleration, orientation, where your direction is also involved with the magnitude, your vector sensors are used. For example, the acceleration of body can be measured using accelerometer, which gives the components of acceleration of the body with respect to x, y, z coordinate axis. So whenever you are going to use accelerometer, it is giving three values continuously. So one is respect to x-axis, then y-axis, and then z-axis.
Ma'am, can you just give an example of digital sensors?
Have you seen a DHT sensor, digital humidity temperature sensor?
No.
Okay.
How is that different from the vector sensor? Analog sensor?
Yeah, basically analog sensor is producing continuous output. However,
Okay.
if you are using digital sensor, it will produce only single particular value.
Okay.
Yeah. So now next topic is sensorial deviation. So if the output signal differs from the correct value by a constant, then the sensor has offset error or a bias. The next one is non-linearity in deviation of sensor transfer function from the straight line transfer function. So basically, if a sensor have to produce some particular output, but it is producing some other output, if it is deviating from the particular straight line, then it is called non-linearity in the deviation. Next one is if the output signal slowly changes independent of the measured property, then this is called drift. So long-term drift over months or year is caused by physical changes in the sensor. So basically, if your sensor is old, so due to some factors, it is not producing the exact value. So that is called drift. Then noise is random deviation in the signal that varies in time. So because of due to some environmental factor or due to some problems, your sensor is not producing the exact output, so that is called noise. Then hysteresis error causes the sensor output value to vary depending on the sensor's previous input. Next topic is actuation. So an actuator is a component of a machine or a system that moves or controls the mechanism of the system. So basically, in case of IoT, if you are considering a complete system, your sensor is sensing some external environment, right? And based upon the value which is sensed by the sensor, some changes has to be done. So this actuator is the component which moves or control the complete system. So for example,
Ma'am,
yeah,
my friends are waiting. Can you please accept?
actually I guess there are already 100 candidates here, that's why I'm was not okay. Now it's 71. Okay, now I am not able to admit them because there are already 100 candidates in the meeting. So now actuation. So consider a system where you are using a temperature sensor in your machine, where you are checking the health of the machine, whether your machine is in a good position or it is not, it is in bad position. Okay, so if your machine is getting heated up very fast, it means there is some problem with the machine, right? Now you are using some temperature sensor in order to detect whether your machine is working fine or not. So consider a case like if your the temperature of your machine is going above 100 degrees Celsius or something, then you have to stop the machine. So you are using DHT sensor or some temperature sensor over there. So basically that temperature sensor is sensing continuously sensing the temperature of your machine. Now if the temperature of that machine is going above the particular threshold, then it is sending signal to the actuator, and actuator is the device which is going to stop the machine. So it can be switch or anything else which is going to perform the stop mechanism over your machine. So an actuator is the mechanism by which a control system acts upon an environment. An actuator requires a control signal and a source of energy, because with the help of this source of energy it can only control the particular system. Now, upon receiving control signal is received, the actuator responds by converting the energy into the mechanical motion. The next one is types of actuators. So there are various types of actuator. For example, hydraulic actuator, then magnetic actuator, then mechanical actuator. Now the next slide is different types of actuators. So here also, like we discussed about different types of sensor, here are different types of actuator, different the pictures of different types of actuators. So first one is an oil based hydraulic actuator. Second one is a radial engine act as a hydraulic actuator. Third one is a motor drive based rotatory actuator. Fourth one is a manual linear pneumatic actuator. Fifth one is air pump acts as pneumatic actuator. And sixth one is a solenoid based electric bell ringing mechanism. Now in the next slide, the first actuator is the piezomotor based SMA. Then second one is a coil gun works on the principle of magnetic actuation. Third one is rack and pinion mechanism, and fourth one is a crankshaft acting as a mechanical actuator. So basically the aim of these slides is to give you brief overview that how different types of actuators looks. So in your exam you may get question that you have one picture and you have to tell that what is the name of that particular actuator or sensor. Now different components that are involved in IoT system. So first one is things. Things are different devices, so it can be your sensors, actuators or other devices. Then local network, with the help of which these devices can interact with each other. Then internet, so with the help of internet these devices can interact with the outside world. Then the backend services. Now apart from that sensing and actuation, you need some other services also, like the communication between different devices. Then you have to perform some analytics also. So these are or you have to store the data which is sensed by the sensor. So these are the backend services. Now components of IoT. So first one is, we need an component for the interaction and communication with other IoT devices. So one is communication component. Second one is component for processing and analysis of operation. Now the data which you have gathered or sensed, you have to perform some processing and analytics in order to perform some action, right? So we need a component for processing and analytics also. Then third one is component for internet interaction, because you need your that particular network to interact with the outside world also. So for internet interaction also you need an component. Next one is component for handling web services of applications. Then next one is component to integrate application services, and then you need an interface which is required to access the IoT system. Now this is the service oriented architecture of IoT. It consists of 4 layers. First one is sensing layer, second one is network layer, third one is service layer, fourth one is interface layer. So in sensing layer you have your all devices. So basically it can be your sensors or your actuators. So for example, here RFID tags are mentioned, then intelligent sensors, then RFID readers are there, then Bluetooth devices, then wireless sensor networks. So the main aim of sensing layer is to sense the network and then to perform some action. Next one is network layer. So network layer is responsible for providing communication between these devices. So this network layer is responsible for making the communication possible between two different devices, and also make the communication possible with the outside world or network. Then next one is service layer. So this service layer is responsible for providing different services to the devices. And then the interface layer. So with the help of interface layer, the people can interact with the IoT system. So it is basically used for providing the interface to the IoT system. Then next topic is IoT gateways. So IoT gateways with or without proxies are responsible for internet connectivity. And IoT LAN intraconnectivity. So upstream address prefixes are obtained using mechanism like DHCP v6 and delegated to the nodes using SLAAC. LU addresses are maintained independently of globally routable addresses in case where internal addresses stability is prime concern. Everyone, please please try to join before 6:05, because now I am not able to admit you all. Yeah, now we are moving to questions. So first question is, which of the following is a static mechanism for address allocation of IoT nodes? Options are configuration over a management interface. Second one is IPv6 addresses based on a hardware identifier. Third one is both configuration over a management interface. And please mute your ears.
Ria, your sound is breaking.
Okay, wait.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay. Am I audible now properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first question is, which of the following is a static mechanism for address allocation of IoT nodes? Options are configuration over a management interface. Second option is IPv6 addresses based on a hardware identifier. Third is both configuration over a management interface and based on hardware identifier. And fourth one is IoT nodes cannot be configured statically. Anyone? Please don't.
Hello, Mans.
Hello? Is anyone trying to say something? Okay. Anyone for first question? Since you have covered all the topics of week 1, so that's why I'm asking you only. So please try to answer these questions.
Now, IPv6 addresses are static addresses, right?
IPv6 are static addresses. Yes.
And also the IoT devices also should have their own addresses, right? So I think
Right.
C should be the answer.
Okay. Anyone else? Please don't look at the next.
Yeah, is it C?
Yeah. Anyone else? Yes, it's C. So basically, for static mechanism of address allocation, you can use both configuration over the management interface and based on your hardware identifier. Next question is, which of the following error is commonly found in heating of metal strips? Options are quantization error, aliasing error, hysteresis error, none of these. Anyone?
None of these, ma'am.
None of these. Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, I think it might be hysteresis error because
It
I
is
mean,
it is hysteresis error.
Right. It is
it could
hysteresis
change the
error.
metal strip forever.
Right. Basically, a hysteresis error caused the sensor output value to vary depending upon the sensor's previous value, and it is typically found in your analog sensors and magnetic sensor and heating of metal strips. Next question is question number 3. Identify the component.
So is C the correct answer, ma'am?
Okay.
So is C the correct answer?
Yes, C is the correct answer.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Now question number 3. Please go to slide number 30. Identify the component given below. So this is the picture. You have to identify whether it is a gas sensor, PIR sensor, light sensor, speaker. Anyone?
Gas sensor.
I think it is PIR sensor. PIR.
Okay. Anyone else? Someone is saying gas sensor,
PIR sensor.
PIR sensor. Okay. Can anyone tell me that for what purpose PIR sensor is used? Yeah. So this is PIR sensor.
Ma'am, it's used to measure the
Gas
distance, ma'am.
Yeah, right. It is used to measure the distance and basically also for measuring the or to sense the motion.
Identification of human being.
Yeah, to detect the motion basically. Now question number 4. So X performs active application layer function between IoT nodes and other entities. What is X? Options are IoT node, IoT proxy, IoT gateway, IoT network. Anyone?
Gateway.
Gateway, okay.
IoT gateway, ma'am.
Okay, anyone else?
IoT proxy.
IoT proxy. Okay.
IoT proxy.
I think
Okay.
IoT proxy is what I believe.
Yes, it is IoT proxy. So basically, IoT proxy is an entity that performs
IoT
the
proxy.
right. IoT proxy is the correct option. So it
Is that?
can
That's
you
right. Thank you.
yeah. Next question is, which of the following field in IPv4 header format indicates that it is concerned with reliable transmission? Options are traffic class, hop limit, fragment offset, destination address. Anyone?
Uh, is it the destination address?
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, is it
Repeat the question.
Okay. Question.
destination address?
Okay, I'll let you the answer. Question is, which of the follow? Am I audible? Please mute yourself.
Ma'am, I think there's a lot of disturbance in the background.
Yeah, please mute. Everyone, please mute your mic. Yeah. So question was, which of the following field in IPv4 header format indicates that it is concerned with reliable transmission? Options are traffic class, hop limit, fragment offset, destination address. One of you told that it is destination address. Anyone else? No? Correct option for this is fragment offset.
Ma'am, I think it's destination address
No,
also.
it's fragment offset. So basically, with the help of fragment offset, you can detect whether the transmission is liable or not, because fragment offset is going to tell you whether all the fragments have reached at the destination end or not, right? So if some or if one of the packet is missing, it means your transmission is not liable, right? So this fragment offset is going to detect whether all the packets or all the data has been reached at the destination end or not. So fragment offset is the correct option for this. Next question is, which of the following is a function of IoT gateway? Options are data forwarding, device management, protocol conversion, all of these. Anyone? Or you can type in the chat box also. Hello, am I audible?
Ma'am, you're not audible and slide is not also visible, ma'am.
Slides, actually there were some problem with the screen sharing, so I have shared the slides in the chat box. You can open those slides. I am at question number 6, slide number 36. Do I need to reshare the slides?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Not audible, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, I'm saying that there was some problem with the slide sharing, so I have shared the slides in the chat box. So please open those slides. I am at slide number 36. Did you get that?
Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so question number 6 is, which of the following is the function of IoT gateway? Options are data forwarding, device management, protocol conversion, all of these.
All of these?
All of these.
Right, all of these is correct. So basically your IoT gateway is going to perform all these functions. So it is used for forwarding the data, for managing the device, for converting one protocol into another protocol. Next question is, which of the following actuator converts pressure into force? Options are mechanical actuator, pneumatic actuator, electric actuator, magnetic actuators.
Pneumatic actuators.
Okay, anyone else?
Pneumatic operator.
Right, pneumatic actuator is correct option. Next question is, which of the following mechanism for address auto configuration provide more control on the allocated addresses? Options are DHCP v6, SLAC, both DHCP v6 and SLAC, none of these. Anyone?
DHCP v6.
Both?
DHCP v6.
Both?
Okay, anyone else?
No, DH.
DHP V6, ma'am.
Right.
V6.
DHCP v6 can be used to explicitly configure IPv6 addresses to the nodes. Next question is, which of the following can measure position? Options are potentiometer, encoder, both potentiometer and encoder, none of these.
Both.
Potentiometer and encoder. Okay, anyone
Both.
else?
Potentiometer and encoder.
Right, both potentiometer and encoder are used to measure the position. Next question is, in a scenario where the IoT proxy has uplink connectivity, does the IoT LAN need global addressing mandatorily? Options are yes, no, not applicable.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Anyone else? Yes, correct option for this is no. So when the IoT proxy has uplink connectivity, it proxies communication between the local IoT nodes and nodes in the external network. So in this scenario where all communication go through proxy, the IoT LAN does not need global addressing. Next question is, which of the following is true? First one is M2M is not a subset of IoT. Second option is WOT and IoT are same. WOT stands for Web of Things. Third one is IoT and M2M are same. D is none of these.
Option A.
None of these.
None of these. Okay, anyone else?
M2M is sorry, no, my fault. None of these.
None of these. Right, none of these is correct option. Next question, question number 12. So here two statements are given and you have to tell that which statement is true and which is false. So statement 1 is, aliasing error occur if the input variable or added noise changes periodically at a frequency proportional to multiple of the sampling rate. Second statement is, if the signal is monitored digitally, the sampling frequency can cause a dynamic error triggering aliasing error. Options are, both the statements are false. B is, both the statements are true. C is, statement 1 is false but statement 2 is true. And D is, statement 1 is true but statement 2 is false.
Option B, ma'am.
Both statements are true.
Both statements are true. Okay, anyone else? Yes, option B is correct. Both the statements are true. Next question, question number 13. Does polymer based actuator find application in manufacturing artificial muscles?
Yes.
Options are yes or no. Yes, this
Yes.
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 Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes. So polymer based actuator can be used for making or manufacturing artificial muscles. Next question
Excuse me,
is,
ma'am.
yes.
Actually, we can already see the answers as in
Yeah,
the
so
next
better
slide.
not to go to that slides, na, that's why I'm saying. Otherwise, basically what I do in the previous run is I share my screen. I haven't I but this time there is some problem with screen sharing, that's why I have already provided you the PDF. But do not see the answer, better to provide give answer without seeing the answer and then check. Okay, everyone please do that, otherwise there is no advantage of doing this. So question number 14 is, unique local addresses are intended to allow routing over network that expands over multiple links and routing hops and even can expand over multiple networks. Can these addresses prevent address collisions? Yes, no, not applicable. Please don't check answers because you have already gone through the videos. You should try to give answers without checking.
Yes, this can prevent address collisions. Is it
Okay.
right?
Give me 1 minute, some people wants to join. Yes, so correct option for this is A, so it can
I,
prevent.
I think this was discussed in the first video, week one, first video. I think sir had discussed this point.
Yeah, right. Next question is, which
Unique
of,
addresses, I think he had.
yeah, in the gateway slides I guess it was also discussed. Next question
Yeah.
is, which of the following is an example of vector sensors? Options are pressure sensor, strain sensor, both pressure and strain sensor, sound sensor.
D. Sound
Is it
sensor.
sound sensor?
Right,
Sound
it's
sensor?
sound sensor. Right. It is
Okay.
sound sensor.
But ma'am, there is one kind of sensor, I don't know, sensor which is used for stress analysis.
Your voice is not coming. Hello. Can you please repeat? I lost my network, due to which I didn't get what you said. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, I'm audible.
Yeah. Okay. Someone was saying that there is one another kind of sensor. Can you please repeat?
Yeah. I just was telling you, I was just asking you that there is a kind of sensor which is used for detecting the stress on metal surfaces, especially in aircraft construction.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know whether that strain sensor can also be considered there as a vector sensor. It is basically that how to what extent there is deformation taking place in the metal surface when loads come on it. So
Okay.
is that is based on resistance, electrical resistance.
So.
So can that be considered a vector sensor?
It is not measuring any kind of direction, or is it measuring that in which direction the strain is coming?
No.
It is not measuring,
I
right?
think it's under a transducer option.
No,
No.
transducer is different thing. So basically, if it is not measuring any kind of direction, if not orientation or direction is not involved, then it is a scalar sensor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And someone was saying that it is transducer. So transducer is a collective term which you can use for sensor as well as for actuators. Next question is, which of the following areas are identified as IoT enablers? Options are RFID, smart networks, nanotechnology, all of the above.
All of the above.
Right, all of the above. Next question is, which of the following is digital sensor? Options are KY013, LX1972, DHT11, LM35D.
Ma'am, I have a doubt on this now. This kind of numerical values, are we supposed to by heart all of these?
Right,
There will
right.
be quite a few, isn't it?
Yeah, you have basically these are means these are very popular sensors, so you have to, yeah, you have to learn these
Okay.
things. Yeah, so at least popular
Okay.
sensor which
Okay.
are
Okay.
used, at least their names.
Okay.
Yeah. So the correct option for this is
No clue.
DHT11, that is digital humidity temperature sensor. Next question is, which of the following is considered as long range radio used in IoT? Options are Bluetooth, RFID, LoRa, none of the above.
Madam, your voice is not audible.
I think she's got disconnected.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah, so next question is, which of the following is considered as long range radio used in IoT? Hello, am I not audible? Hello, hello.
No, you are audible.
Okay, I guess there is some network
Now you're
issue,
audible,
and
but
due to
before
number
this you
of
were not audible.
participants, somehow I lost my connection. So is it better to continue next week the remaining questions? I'll find some alternative, or we can shift to Zoom also, because here in Google Meet there is some problem. Is it fine if we meet next Friday at the same time?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Ma'am,
yeah.
I have a doubt. Like, will we be getting the question from this PPT only, or we'll have this PPT is like sufficient for the study material, or we should consider
No,
some
you
more
should also
resources?
follow your videos. Apart from that, the books which were discussed, but these PPTs are for that you'll get some idea that which kind of questions you'll get in your exam. Okay.
Ma'am, you're not audible. Like your voice is breaking. Can you please
Yeah, I'll
put
write
it
in
in
the
the
chat
chat
box.
box?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so today I'm terminating this session here only because there is some network issue, and next week we will discuss the remaining questions and also discuss the questions related to week 2. And for your exams, these are the questions which I have taken from the previous runs of this course. Okay, so these questions are just for providing you an overview that which kind of questions you are going to expect in your exam. So somehow the questions will be relatable only, but it's not like that you will directly get a question from these ppts or these assignments. Okay.
Ma'am, if we wish to practice some question paper from the past, where can we get? Are they available
Question
on the internet?
papers you cannot get, I guess, but yeah, these are the I have added some questions from the question papers as well, but these are related to assignments more. Question paper I don't think you will get from anywhere, but
Okay, ma'am.
questions
At
will be
least in
similar
the
to
last
this
weeks, you
only.
can provide some papers.
What?
In the last weeks, you can provide some papers, or we can practice and then go for exam. Like,
No, I also don't have question papers, but you can expect similar kind of questions only. So it's similar to these assignment type questions only. So whatever you are getting in your weekly assignments, whatever questions I am giving to you, the questions will be similar only. So you, if you are practicing these questions also, then it will be enough.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have another doubt. Is this a MCQ type questions or
Right.
handwritten exam?
MCQ type question. Any other doubt? Someone has written.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
This particular live session coincides with another advanced computer network session.
Okay.
So, can anything be done about that? Because in the email, it was said there will be 2 sessions for the advanced network, but the professor currently taking that lecture is saying that there will be someone else in the second session.
That I don't know.
Is there anything that can be done from your side to avoid this?
No, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is the full marks of the exam? I guess it is of 100 marks. I'm not sure. Where have to listen class? What do you mean? Deepak? Deepak, are you here in the meeting? Yeah, basically this 75 mark external exam and 25 marks from the assignment you will get in question paper, where the question 25 mark questions will be from the assignment questions, your weekly assignment questions. Okay, so total of 100 marks. Yeah, not same question but similar questions you'll get in the exam. Yeah. It's more theoretical. You will get some numericals also, but not much. Anything else? If I am audible properly, then we can continue also. Can we write the assignment, ma'am, for weekly? Means what do you mean, Durga Prasad? Yeah, weekly you will get assignments and you have to submit these assignment. Basically some deadline will be given and you have to submit your assignment before that. Where have to listen these IoT classes. So these are available to you. All of you have credentials, right? For IoT classes, every one of you have credentials, so they're on the NPTEL website. You can get those videos. Now, am I audible?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Someone was asking that where to listen these IoT classes. So I'm telling that on over NPTEL website you can get these lectures.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm not getting which lectures you are asking. The live session which I am recording or the other ones? Other one. Yeah, over NPTEL website. If I am audible properly, then I can continue with the questions. Should I or
Yes, you are audible now. You are audible now.
Okay. Then okay. I'm at slide number 60, question number 18. Question was, which of the following is considered as long range radio used in IoT? Options are Bluetooth, RFID, LoRa, none of them. Anyone? Yeah, option C, LoRa is correct option for this. Next question is, solenoid valve find application in blank equipment. Options are both hydraulic and electrical, both electrical and pneumatic. C is both electrical and mechanical. D is both hydraulic and pneumatic.
Both hydraulic and pneumatic.
Right. Option D is correct. Both hydraulic and pneumatic. Next question is, which of the following connects IoT LAN with WAN and to the internet? Options are IoT node, IoT proxy, IoT gateway, IoT network.
IoT gateway, ma'am.
Right, IoT gateway is correct option for this. Next question is, which of the following is not a function of IoT gateways? Options are switching, firewall and VPN services, protocol conversion, none of these. So correct option for this is none of the above, because all these, that is switching, firewall and VPN services and protocol conversions, are the functions of IoT gateways. Next question is, which of the following is not characteristic of IoT? Options are intermittent connectivity, ambiguous naming and addressing, scalable architecture, abundance of sleeping nodes.
Option B.
Option D. Okay, anyone else?
Second option.
Right, second option.
Option
is,
D.
Option B is correct. Ambiguous naming and addressing. Basically, in case of IoT, the addressing and naming should be unambiguous. So option B is correct option. Next question is, rack and pinion is an example of blank actuator. Options are hydrodynamic, electrical, mechanical, none of these.
Mechanical.
Okay, anyone else?
Mechanical.
Right, it's mechanical. Next question is, which of the following is not true? Options are M2M is not a subset of IoT. IoT is a subset of CPS. IoT and M2M are same. All of the above.
A. All of the.
Anyone else?
All of the above.
All of the above is correct option. Next question is, IoT gateway WAN addresses changes without change in LAN address. Which of the following helps in achieving it? Options are unique local address, network prefix translation, tunneling, none of the above.
Unique local address.
Anyone else? Yes, it's unique local address. Next question is, if the output signal differs from the correct value by a constant, the sensor has an blank. Options are sensitivity issue, offset error, drift issue, noise.
Offset error or bias?
Offset error.
Offset error. Okay, anyone else? No? Right, offset error is correct option for this. Next question is, which of the following is true, is not a part of service layer in service oriented architecture of IoT? Options are service division, contract, business logic, service repository. Anyone?
No clue, ma'am.
Okay, go to slide number, wait. Slide number 24. Check service layer. In service layer, service division is there, service integration is there, service repository is there, service bus is there, business logic is there. Contract is not there. So correct option for this is contract.
Okay.
Next question is, which of the following is the preferred method for dynamic allocation of addresses in IPv6 network? Options are DHCP, SLAAC, IETF, SLAAC and DHCP v6. Anyone?
DHCP.
Anyone else?
Option D.
Right, SLAAC and DHCP v6 both are used. Next question is proxy based approach is used to manage multiple IP addresses and map them to blank addresses. Options are source, unique, global, link local. Correct option for this is
Source.
link local. Next question is identify the component shown below. So this is a figure. You have to identify whether it is gas sensor, tilt sensor, light sensor, speaker.
Tilt sensor, ma'am.
Right, it is tilt sensor. Next question is a repeated question, I guess. Which of the following are the characteristics of IoT? First one is efficient, scalable, and associated architecture, unambiguous naming and addressing. Third one is abundance of sleeping node, mobile, and non IP addresses. All of the above.
It's B.
It's a D, all of the above.
Right, because in the previous question it was ambiguous. That's why that was incorrect. Here it is asked that which are the characteristics. So unambiguous naming should be there. So correct option for this is D. So someone was asking the same questions will come or not. So somewhat similar kind of questions. Basically this question is similar to the previous one. So you have to be attentive while you are answering the question. Next question is a blank allows us to use our smartphones to lock and unlock our door remotely at our homes or our businesses. Options are smart meter, ATM, digital lock, web.
Digital lock.
Right, digital lock is correct. Next question is the function of IoT gateway are options are forward packets between LAN and WAN and to the IP layer. Second is connect to IoT LAN to the WAN. Third is both A and B. D is none of these. Right, both A and
Both,
B.
ma'am.
Right, both A and B are correct. Next question is multi-homing is the concept where a node can be connected to multiple networks for blank. Options are reduced liability, improved liability, none of these, both A and B.
Improved reliability.
Right, it's improved reliability because in case of multi-homing, your device is connected to more than one network. So if one network is not able to provide the service, it can get the services from the other network. Next question is a passive infrared ray PIR sensor is used for blank. Options are humidity detection, tilt detection, obstacle detection, smoke detection.
C, obstacle detection.
Right, it is used to detect an object or obstacle. So obstacle detection. Next question is for which of the following vector sensor are required to measure or sense them?
B, orientation image.
Right, orientation image. Next question is the sensitivity of a sensor under real condition may differ from the value specified. This is called maximal error, minimal error, median error, sensitivity error.
It's sensitivity error.
Right, sensitivity error. Next question is a random deviation of the signal that varies in time is called blank. Options are noise, sound, bias, none of these.
Bias.
Noise.
Yes, it's
bias.
No, it's noise. Next question is a relay switch is an example of blank. Options are a sensor, an actuator, a transducer, none of these.
It's actuator.
Right. Relay switch is an
Relay is
actuator.
actuator.
Right, actuator. Next question is, what is a pneumatic actuator? Options are, it is a type of actuator driven by compressed air or vacuum. It is a type of actuator driven by fluid. It is a type of actuator driven by solid. None of these.
It's a type of actuator driven by fluid.
A.
Yeah, A is correct. It is driven by compressed air or vacuum. Next question is, which type of actuator tend to be compact, lightweight, economical and with high power density? Options are thermal or magnetic actuator, hydraulic actuator, both A and B, none of these.
Hydraulic actuator.
No,
B.
hydraulic
Is it
actuator.
A?
Right, A is correct. Thermal and magnetic actuator are compact and lightweight. However, your hydraulic actuator are heavyweight. Next question is, polymer based actuator designed to handle fragile objects like fruit harvesting in agriculture or manipulating internal organs in biomedicine are called. Options are pneumatic actuator, soft actuator, software actuator, hardware actuator. Anyone?
Soft actuator.
Soft actuator, but I don't know the
Soft,
reason. It's just
no,
a guess.
soft actuator is correct. Next one is full form of SMP. Options are soft memory polymer, shape memory polymer, software memory polymer, none of these.
Shape memory polymer.
Right, shape memory polymer is correct. SMP is shape memory polymer. Next question is, duty cycling of sensors is managed by which component of IoT? Options are application, real-time kernel, radios, power management unit. Anyone? Okay, and can anyone tell me what exactly is duty cycling? Anyone duty cycling?
Don't know, ma'am.
Okay, so basically in IoT systems, we deploy numerous number of sensors so that each and every part of particular area which you are going to sense is covered. But if all the sensors are active at the same time, it will result in the drainage of their battery or power. So what is done is, at particular instant of time, some sensors are active and others are in sleeping mode. Okay, and at other instant of time, others are active and sensing the environment, and the first batch is at the sleeping mode. So duty cycling means the amount of or the set of time interval for which a particular set of sensor will remain active. For example, A set will remain active for first 20 minutes, and then for the next set will remain active for the next 20 minutes. So duty cycle is the time for which your sensors are going to be active for a particular instant of time. So now can anyone tell me that duty cycling is managed by which of the component? So it is basically managing their when they will
So
be
it should be managed by power.
right. Power
unit.
management unit is correct. Next question is, which of the following are challenges of IoT? Options are security, complexity management, modeling and analysis, all of these.
All of this.
Yes, all of this. Right, all of these is correct. Next question is, state whether the statement is true or false. Statement is, the increasing number of devices in IoT is expected to result in address crunch. True or false?
True.
False.
It is true, because if the number of devices will increase, because we are using a particular number of bits in order to represent address, right? So there is one particular range within which we can use the addresses. So if the number of devices will increase beyond that range, there will be address crunch. Next question is, the gateway has unique network prefix which can be used to identify them globally. Is the statement true or false?
True.
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 Yes, it is true. Next question is, sometime when there is a need for the nodes to communicate directly to the internet, blank can be used. Options are sensors.
Tunneling.
You're right, tunneling is correct option. Next question is, in blank, a node or network is connected to multiple networks for improved reliability. Options are transparent roaming, multi-homing, none of these, both A and B.
Multi-homing.
Right, in multi-homing, your devices or a node is connected to multiple networks at the same time. Next question is, IPv6 notation uses blank values. Options are Roman, hexadecimal, both A and B, none of these.
None of this.
Hexadecimal.
Hexadecimal, right. Your IPv6 addresses are using hexadecimal values. Next question is, a blank detects changes in the ambient condition or in the state of another device or system and forward or processes this information in certain manner. Options are sensor, actuator, both A and B, none of these. Anyone?
Both of these.
Anyone else?
A sensor.
Sensors, right? Because your actuator is not monitoring the ambient condition, it is just controlling the system. So correct option for this is sensor. Next question is, a microphone is an example of an blank. Options are input device and actuator. Option B is only actuator. C is only transducer. D is input device and transducer.
D input device and transducer.
Okay, anyone else? Yes, it's D, input device and transducer. Next question is, the blank of a sensor is the smallest change it can detect in the quantity that it is measuring. Options are resolution, bias, noise, none of these.
Resolution.
You're right, resolution is correct. Next question is, based on data type, sensors are classified as, options are scalar and vector, only scalar, both A and B, only vector.
A scalar and vector multimedia.
Right, option A is correct. Next question is, an actuator requires a blank and blank. Options are control signal and bias signal, control signal and source of energy. C is noise signal and source of energy. D is none of these.
B. Control signal and source of
I
energy.
think B.
B is correct. Control signal and source of energy. Yeah, so these were the questions. I have already shared this PDF with you. Question number 20. Someone has written question number 21. So, do you have any doubt? Sri Lakshmi, do you have any doubt with this question?
No.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbance which occurred today. Next time I'll try to find some alternative. Okay. And yeah, if you have anything to ask. If not, then I'm terminating the session. What is IPv4 and IPv6?
Thank you for giving me.
Okay. So if those of you who don't have any doubt, you can leave, and those you want, if anyone want to ask any question, they can stay in the meeting.
My doubt is that how does non-linearity in a sensor exist? I mean, where does it originate from?
So basically, with time, see, every device is getting defected with time, right? So do it may be due to some external factors or some environmental condition. It can be anything. Question number,
Ma'am,
yeah.
do we have negative points for our final exam, ma'am?
That I don't know. I can check and let you know in the next meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Question number 31. Wait. Yeah. Question number 31 was, which of the following are the characteristics of IoT? Options were efficient, scalable, and associated architecture. B is unambiguous naming and addressing. C is abundance of sleeping node, mobile and IP devices. D is all of these. So correct option for this is all of these. So do you have any doubt with this answer or what? Debanjan Chakravarti.
Ma'am, what is IPv4 and 6?
Yeah, basically for providing communication between different devices, some addresses are provided to devices. Okay, so this IPv4 and IPv6 are the type of addressing schemes. So in case of IPv6, certain amount of bits are used to provide addresses, and in case of IPv6, different. Basically, if for IPv4, it is 32 bits, I guess, which is used for providing addresses. Am I audible? Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible now? Hello. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So you were asking that the difference between the not difference, what exactly is IPv4 and IPv6. So these are the addressing schemes which are used to provide some addresses to your devices. So with the help of these addresses, your devices can communicate with each other. In case of IPv4, 32 bits are used in order to provide address. So if you are using IPv4 addressing scheme, the address which is provided to a device is of 32 bits. However, in case of your IPv6, it is, I guess, 128 bits. Okay, so for example, if you want to send a letter to your friend, you have the address of your friend, right? So with the help of which you can communicate with your friend, right? Or if you want to call to your friend, you have his number. So similar is the case with your IoT devices. These IoT devices has some addresses or some naming with the help of which they can communicate with each other. And this IPv4 and IPv6 are the schemes with the help of which we can provide addresses to these. Is it clear now? Okay. Okay, then I'm terminating today's session. We'll meet on next Friday again at the same time.
இதுல வந்து 4 hexadecimal. Ma'am, one last.
What? Can you please repeat?
Is anything like Arduino, Raspberry is needed to complete this course?
Yes, it will be in, I guess, week 6 or 7. Raspberry Pi is there. After the week section, can you share the question PPT? Yeah, I have already shared the questions. Wait, I'll reshare. Yes, I'll take online session every week, Friday, 6 to 8. Yeah, every week I'll share these slides with you. Syllabus copies available over your NPTEL website. The final exam will be of minimum score to qualify. That I don't know. I have to check this. Anything else? Okay, so it's 30 out of 75. So you have to score 30 in order to qualify your exam. Any other question? If not, then I'm terminating the session. We'll again meet on next Friday, 6 to 8. Okay, thank you.